Hey everybody, Steve Gardner. Just a quick update this month. You may have heard that we had a recordable injury in the company last week. And I wanted to get something out to you that I thought was important. This morning, the Safety Council met. The Safety Council is made up of all of our project managers and our general superintendents, and Dave and Justin Chapin and myself. And we do that after we have a significant near miss or a recordable injury to kind of talk about what happened, how we can prevent it from happening again, and how we learn from it in the future. Of course, the most important thing is our coworker got hurt. Nobody wants that. That person is getting better, thank goodness. The situation could have been a lot more serious. And you'll hear a lot more about that um, as the Carl puts together a weekly safety meeting detailing the incident and how it happened and what happened. But what I really want to get out to you is something that relates to our safety code of conduct. During the course of our investigation, we learned that a couple of coworkers thought that what they were about to do didn't feel right and it was potentially unsafe. And I want to remind you that part of our code of conduct is I will respect my coworker by keeping them safe. Um, Everybody in this company has the ability to stop work and say, time out, let's do this differently, or maybe we shouldn't do this at all if you feel unsafe or if you think something bad is going to happen. I want to repeat that. Every single person in this company has the ability to stop work if they feel it is unsafe, if they feel they are going to do something unsafe, or if their coworker is about to do something unsafe. You have the ability to stop them, to say, let's take a break, let's figure it out, and let's make sure nobody gets hurt in the with what we're about to do. And if that had happened at this time, perhaps our coworker would not have been injured. And so I just really want to emphasize that part of the code of the conduct. I will respect my coworkers by keeping them safe and respect yourself by working safe. I appreciate all that you do for Wilmer Electric, and I want you to continue to go home tired, but in the same physical shape that you came to work. Thanks for all you do and have a great day.
Hey everybody, welcome to the April company update video. Just want to give you guys a brief update as to where we are this month, what's new, give you some updates on current workload, upcoming work. We'll touch on safety and a couple other things. Just forewarning though, a lot of this information is same to what we discussed at our quarterly meeting here just a few weeks back. So we'll breeze through this and touch on some new items, but a lot of this will be the same. So we'll make this as quick as we can. But Monday morning meetings. If the safety meeting is missed, go back, jump in that safety reference folder, get it made up. But you guys are doing a really good job of taking care of this, and so we appreciate that and keep it up. Just touching base on our quarterly meeting, and we had the training where we kind of dove into a monthly safety inspection and recapping that. We're hopeful that that was beneficial to you guys. You kind of saw which items we were or what the inspection is about, the items that we're looking to really put eyes on um, every month. But more than that, constantly checking to make sure that the equipment, the ladders, the temporary panels, the items that we're using are getting checked and addressed. And if there's issues, we're making the necessary steps to get them fixed or corrected. And that's the whole goal with the monthly safety inspection, is just to make sure that what we have on site is up to date, it's there, and it's ready to go, and that we're not utilizing unsafe equipment, and that we've got all of the necessary um, material safety equipment in place to take care of an issue if it arises. So hopefully that training was of benefit to you guys, and you learned something. Moving on to our current workload. And like I'll just forewarn you as we go through this, a lot of this is going to be the same to the items that or to what was discussed at the quarterly meeting. But we just want to kind of go back through it and give you guys an update as we're moving into April here. So Westbrook and Residence Inn are going to continue to be the bulk of our manpower. Both of those jobs are winding down. Residence Inn here in the next month, we're going to be really demobilized and getting off site. We've already started to ship manpower to Pershing. Westbrook phase one is still planning to get wound down here in the next couple months. We're still working on some key items in the performance hall and in some of the bigger areas, but that job is on the finishing end, as we most likely will demobilize and wait for phase two to happen, where we continue that renovation of the existing building. NDCS phase three, work still ongoing out there, doing a little bit of block wall rough in the cells. We're piping overhead in the cells as well. And then also inside, we're working on getting the new generator installed and hooked into some existing transfer switches as well as new transfer switches. So that is all happening out there. College of Dentistry, Brian Baxter is still working out there by himself. As we noted at the quarterly meeting, the LES J Street MCC replacement job, we are finished and off site, so that work is complete. Tecumseh, Andy and Ethan are out there still working along on the fire alarm overhaul. Eastmont Tower, still a lot going on out there. We're getting into the trim out of phase 1, and then phase 2 is going to open up a lot of additional work out there. And then Lee, as far as service work, we're continuing on with Norris and LCS, some sports lighting work that's ongoing out there. Eden property got the temp power finally hooked up and the utility underground done, and so now we're waiting for interior underground and in wall to start up here probably in the month of April. We'll get going out there once they're ready for us. AGP, as we noted at the quarterly meeting, we were just getting out there. We've got full crew out there now, Riggins up there, and we're getting rolling as we kind of figure out the ins and outs of what's going on out there. But as we have noted, there's going to be a lot of work upcoming out in David City at the AGP plant. New work upcoming that we'll touch on. A lot of this is the same as was addressed before, but purging, as we have noted, is going to be a bulk of our manpower as we look into the summer. We do have a crew going out there as far as working on some overhead in the garage, and then we're hoping for in-wall rough-in to fall shortly behind that as we move into April. Doan, very similar to what was noted last month or at the quarterly meeting. It's just slow going out there. We're really hoping that south building will generate some work and get some guys out there. A lot of VE work still happening behind the scenes, a lot of change orders as they try and work to get the job into budget. Cedarhurst Senior Living is the assisted living in the south side of town. As noted before, that's going to be a big bulk of our manpower as we look into the fall. And that's still planning on that. Work isn't taking off kind of as we thought, but the goal would be here in the next couple months is when we'd start getting into some underground. The general contractor has a trailer on site now, and they're going to start moving dirt. So hoping to have underground here in the next couple months. UNL grass practice field is just a small job at where the new facility we did, the new North Stadium facility. It's just to the north of there. There's some practice fields that we're doing some renovation for power data for game clocks, and then there's some additional change order work that's going to add some cameras. So a little good amount of work there, which will be the summer time frame, late spring, summer for us. True North office is right across the street from Eden, small office building for a residential home builder that we're hoping they're moving dirt. So we're hoping in the next month or so we actually can get out there and do some work. And then here recently we finally got the contract for urgent care clinic at COD. So that's work that'll be upcoming out there at the College of Dentistry project. As we look at work we're bidding and upcoming work that we're hopeful to get, some of the items that we noted before at the quarterly meeting, the USCIS job we're still waiting to hear back on, and then a couple small projects. There's a Lovisa store gateway, and then the jury room refresh renovation that we're waiting to hear back on our numbers on those. As far as we looking at bidding work and kind of what's upcoming, some of these are the same. There's a couple new ones. We're looking at a UNL rifle range renovation on campus, and then there's a remodel at the Madonna Clinic, and that's actually a project we did years back. For those of you that remember, but another remodel there. We're looking at the fire alarm replacement at the Women's Correction in York. And then just here recently, there's a high school and middle school renovation and addition work at the Conestoga High School, Middle School in Murray, Nebraska. So that's on our bid schedule. And then obviously the big 1,500 bed Nebraska State Pen job northeast of town is also upcoming here in the next week. With that being said, that's a brief rundown of where we sit here as we go into April. Some of the jobs that we're going to start transferring into, and kind of give you guys an idea of what's to come as we move into spring and summer, and then even into fall. So that's all I got. Thanks, guys.